Okay, so these are the people I'm going to be protesting with. These are real rabble-rousers. Is she just calling the police? You know, I don't even jaywalk.
Not nursing home, and I do what I do because there are way too many of our people that are incarcerated in facility care. I escaped, they should too. And everyone deserves a roof over their head and the right to live independently, as they see independent. They have the right.
These people probably feel like they're stuck at the bottom of a well, and to get out of a well, what do you have to do? You have to shout. Look, this is civil disobedience by people with disabilities. I mean, it's wickedly clever, honestly, because if I was this cop, I'd be like, if I give each of you $1 million, would you please leave? Like, what do you do? I mean, I understand. All right, I'll see you soon, folks. Now, if you remember, the last episode was pretty exciting. I was invited to a rally. Well, as my grandmother used to say, don't write checks with your mouth that your ass can't cash. So I'm gonna go to the rally, and I'm excited. I am now part of the solution. I tell you, I don't want to use the term hero, but I'm a hero. So, are we excited? Like, do you think we're going to get arrested?
I'm very excited. I don't think we're going to get arrested. We're not pushing for arrest today.
How could we get arrested? It'd be good for the show. It'd be good for the show if you got arrested.
If I specifically did?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, ADAPT does civil disobedience, and we're very strong about being nonviolent protesting. But there's usually 3 calls from the police, right? If you're doing something that they don't want you to do.
There are usually 3 calls from the police?
Yeah, so if you're doing something that they don't like, right? Like if you're on storming someone's office and they tell you to leave, right? On the first call, the people who don't want to get arrested will fall back and leave, and the people who want to push for arrest that day will stay.
So we're going to go, what if we get shot with those rubber bullets? Because I'm wearing a cup. I am wearing a cup.
All right, good. You're prepared.
But I'm always wearing a cup. I get kicked in the nuts about 3 times a day for various reasons.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to this just because I appreciate people that are passionate about change, action.
Yeah.
So
society tries very hard to keep disability out of the public eye. We don't like to be seen, and there's something very, I mean, not that we don't like to be seen, but people don't like to see us. And there's something very profound about stepping outside and seeing a whole bunch of people in wheelchairs, blind people, deaf people kind of sprawled out on the sidewalk or sitting in someone's office, right, where we're saying we're here and you're going to listen to us.
Wait till you get yours. Wait till it's your turn to go to a nursing home.
There we go. We adapt.
All right. We do adapt.
Oh, yeah. We are adapt. We do adapt.
Right.
Oh, it says ADA, but the P's backwards.
It is for now.
Be careful.
It is for now until we get the glue on it.
I'm backseat banner making.
That's what we need.
Now we are here protesting because they want to cut the program that people get home health aids.
Right. One of those programs is the Consumer-Directed Personal Aid Program.
Which is where you basically get your own
CDPA.
Right.
Where you can hire people and stay at home instead of having to go to a nursing home if you need more assistance for your daily things like cooking or doing
even
dishes.
things that are more, frankly, personal than that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
You should be able to get,
taking showers, everything.
Right. As a person with disabilities, it's more difficult for me to get a home health aid
Right.
than it is for me to go into a nursing home.
Right. If our bills that repeal these regulations don't go through, that's true. So basically, people with disabilities that don't need a nursing home, you're forcing them into a nursing home by not allowing them to get home health aid.
You ever been arrested?
Yes. The last time when I got arrested, they didn't take us to the jail because there wasn't enough room and they couldn't get all the wheelchair people there.
Okay.
So they...
Ironically, that's the one place where you want less accessibility. You're like, keep your jails, we're fine. We don't need to get in them.
Who wants this sign? And anybody that needs it hanging on the back, we will fix that for you. Our homes, not nursing homes.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
All right.
S-U-C-K-S. That's actually not bad. So we made t-shirts. I don't know if you can wear them or not. They're $40 each. No, I'm just kidding. They're free. I came up with the slogan myself. They say, budget cuts, Cuomo sucks. Thank you very much. Okay, I should have got a t-shirt gun. That's all you want, a blind guy with a t-shirt gun, right? Okay. There you go, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get some fries with that shape. There you go, there you go. Hi, how are you? Friend of the bride or friend of the groom? There you go.
All right, thank you for being here. I'm proud of our work. So we're here to protest the eligibility cuts to Medicaid, where the criteria will be so much stricter for access to home care that more people will be sent to institutions. We have a bill that will repeal it, and we're starting at Cuomo's office because this is where it began. We want to know why he's instituting this policy. We want to know where the CFCO money is, the money for community first choice option that's supposed to fund home care programs. We want to know about his campaign donations from nursing homes, right? How much is the nursing home lobby in his pocket? And our main ask is to repeal the eligibility changes. So we're going to march around the building. We're not pushing for arrests. We're going to follow the police. If they come, if they tell us to slow down, we're going to listen.
We're going.
Should we be chanting?
You want to start now?
Start our chanting, yes.
What are we chanting?
Our homes!
Not nursing homes.
Our homes!
Not nursing homes.
Our homes!
Not nursing homes. Hey, can I do one?
Go.
All right. Budget cuts.
Cuomo sucks!
Louder. Budget cuts.
Cuomo sucks!
Budget cuts.
Cuomo sucks!
Budget cuts.
Cuomo sucks!
Cuomo's the Grim Reaper.
Home care is cheaper!
I can see how being on the street and chanting and yelling, it can be cathartic, but does it really matter? Does it really make a difference? So I'm going to meet Warren Shaw, a New York City historian whose father was appointed in 1978 the head of the mayor's office for the handicapped under Mayor Koch. So how are you involved in all this? Explain to me, please.
All right. What got me into the subject initially was my parents. I grew up in a household of disability activists. Both my parents were disabled.
Okay.
My father contracted polio as an infant.
Wow.
And walked with crutches and used a wheelchair. And my mother had a pretty severe case of epilepsy.
Okay.
And the modern New York City disability rights movement got rolling in the early 1960s, and it rolled right through my apartment, so to speak. So some of my earliest memories are helping my parents hand out political leaflets, listening to them give speeches, networking with them at the political club across the street, and things like that.
So in the early 60s, if you were disabled, what were your options? Was it horrible?
The changes in the last 60 years have been revolutionary.
Okay.
And although I've heard it said that New York City is the site of a failure of the disability rights movement. I couldn't disagree with that more.
Okay.
Because I've been around for the changes.
Okay.
A person who used a wheelchair in 1960, for example, buses were utterly unusable, subways were utterly unusable. You couldn't get into a taxi cab unless you had more ability than a lot of folks do.
Okay. You said that you grew up in this movement. Can you remember a time when was there one fundamental change? Was there one thing that you can remember that really got on the board?
It was at City Hall Park.
Okay.
And it was in January of '67.
Okay.
The day after the community heard of a new policy to control traffic congestion in Midtown. In the early 1960s, good government groups were pushing a policy of eliminating parking in Manhattan below 60th Street.
Now, you cannot park on. What do you mean? Like, just couldn't park on the street?
Yeah, no parking.
You mean residential or commercial?
Anywhere. To create 2 extra lanes of traffic. And so my father and a few other people went down to City Hall to try to get a hold of some policymakers, and they couldn't get a hold of anybody. My father and my mother fielded calls until like 2 a.m. What are we going to do? We can't get to work tomorrow.
Right.
So the solution was, let's go down to City Hall and meet the mayor, whether he wants to meet with us or not.
Okay.
And the upshot of that was the first protest in New York City by people with disabilities that anybody had heard of since the disabled vets had protested in 1946.
Okay.
Okay, and it was that protest which got huge media attention that led directly to the formation of the Mayor's Advisory Committee on the Handicapped, the ancestor of today's Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities.
Okay. Meeting with Warren Schull was illuminating in that when you protest, it's not necessarily the first day that matters, it's the end result. Rome wasn't built in a day.
The new eligibility is so restrictive that it will actually be harder to meet the criteria for home care than it will be for nursing homes. Our eligibility for home care services will be determined by an algorithm and a proprietary assessment tool that excludes many vital tasks of daily living that the public takes for granted.
I got a really rare condition and I was hospitalized for a long time. And I was in a nursing home for 10 weeks. It was terrible. I did everything I could to get better and go home. I was able to make this choice to go home to my family, to my own house, to eat my own food. I was able to choose where I wanted to be. And this law that has been passed takes away that choice from people.
So do you have a home health aide now?
I went home. Insurance gave me 4 hours a day, which is kind of useless. So my wife had to stay home.
Okay.
And then on our own, we hired people to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So my wife could go to work a little bit at $100 out of pocket a day.
Okay.
And I did that for 2 years. That was my kids' college fund.
We're here because we need to bring the attention to our governor
Right.
that our lives do matter, and it is so important to be living in our own space, not institutionalized.
Right.
And we have to have access
Right.
to home care.
Right.
And the way that we deserve to have access.
Now, explain to me, what does your aide help you do?
Okay, well, she has to cook for me.
Cook for you.
She has to help me bathe.
Bathe. So cook, bathe,
Do laundry.
laundry. Okay.
Do shopping for me.
Go shopping for you.
Help me dress.
And
Help me dress.
right now, without that home health care aide, would you be in a nursing home?
Yes, and I will probably be dying by then.
You'd be dead already.
Yes.
Governor Cuomo doesn't realize how difficult it is to have a disability. But it also seems like we're groveling for basic necessities.
Right.
We're begging the government and everyone around us for basic necessities. And all we need to do is survive. we are the same as everyone else. We just do it a little bit differently.
Yeah. You have a home health aide,
I do.
right? And that person helps you 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day?
I have 24 hours.
24 hours?
I do, yes.
So they live with you?
Yeah.
Without these people to help you, you would be in a nursing home.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially when I am hurt, when I'm broken, when there was a time where I was in a body cast for 9 months.
Are you serious?
I couldn't sit up, I couldn't go to the bathroom, I could barely feed myself. You know, and there's days where I have so much physical pain that I can't get up and move. I mean, like, it's so important.
Being part of this demonstration illustrates to me how this isn't just a day out on a lark. This is a struggle for survival, and this is a concentrated effort to get the attention of the governor's office, and they're not even sending anybody downstairs to meet with us. So we are going to storm the Bastille and go into the building and demand they send somebody down.
Of all the places to have a sign that says accessible, it's blocked on the inside. It just says use other door, which leaves me imagining, like, do disabled people have to go in the back door?
You don't come in the building.
You don't, what?
You're not allowed in the building.
How do we get in? Huh?
You don't get in. You're out here with them, you know.
Hi. How we doing?
We're calling someone down from the governor's office.
Oh, great. Terrific. There we go. Well, as I suspected, they lied. They didn't send anybody down. They said they won't send somebody down because of COVID. They were like, I mean, it's probably bullshit, but
It's bullshit.
we were tired, we were hungry, it was hot. Like many land battles, the troops laid in wait while the generals convened. Even though we had probably lost the battles, the war had yet to have been fought.
All right, folks, how are we feeling about the day? What a time, my God.
A little frustrating.
Yeah,
I thought we'd actually get to deal with somebody.
yeah.
I think they used COVID as an excuse to not come downstairs. I think it was easy. It was like an easy out. You know what I mean?
Did they say that?
Yeah, I was right there both times.
Okay,
Yeah, totally. But in the parameters of like between like what today and not getting arrested, is there anything more that you think could have been done to get their attention?
We could have stopped pedestrian traffic a little more, but we didn't plan on doing anything disruptive. This is our first time doing this. You know, so the discussion we're having now and that we'll have over the next days, weeks, is how and if to escalate.
Right.
So would you call today like a dress rehearsal, kind of, almost?
I think it's step one, because we're a newer chapter. So a lot of people are new to protesting, so we kind of wanted to get our feet wet with like a beginner's action and then kind of up our antics as time goes. And I think too, because what we also have to talk about is it's not just Cuomo, right? We have a bill that we want to pass that's sitting in the finance committee collecting dust, right? So it started with Cuomo, but there are a lot of other key players here who are just not looking at the bill, not caring, not voting. So we have to think about like who are we targeting next, and then what are the tactics. It's going to be a long fight to get that bill passed.
Remember, I said there was no single revolutionary changes.
Right.
There were just a number of changes, more or less incremental, that cumulatively have had a revolutionary impact. It took something like 50 years of advocacy about curb cuts to get us where we are today.
In terms of the movement for yourself and the movement writ large, where do you see this going in the next 20 years?
The disability rights movement is, to my way of thinking, the ultimate human rights campaign. Why do I say that? Because anybody at any time can become a part of the disability community. It's the only minority group of which that is true. As a result, disability activism is activism that is completely independent of your age, your sex, your gender, your sexuality,
anybody can
your
fall down a flight of
nationality,
stairs.
your language, anything else.
Right.
It is strictly a campaign for the rights of people as people.
Sure.
And to my way of thinking, that makes it one of the great efforts of humanity's history. And where I think we're going to go in the next 20 years, we're going to continue to make incremental steps down the road to the day when disability no longer matters. And everybody has a chance to develop a meaningful, productive life, have a chance at happiness, and do what they want with their time on earth, just like we all want.
This morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
I think ironically, the things that would make people uncomfortable, the shouting, the holding of the signs, the sort of putting yourself on a very public display, the interacting with the security guards, none of that stuff bothers me or bothered me. It was more just understanding that being part of this community, at least for the day, was a privilege. It was helpful to see a group of people that were inciting change through action. I actually did learn something, and I learned that it almost to be forced into a community makes it more than what it is, and we are all the sum of our parts.
There ain't no harm with your mind. Stay on freedom. Oh no, there ain't no harm with your mind. You know when it's stayed on freedom. I said there ain't no harm with your mind. When it's stayed